Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nerds the Human, and welcome back to our Remastered Rebels campaign. And you join us, of course, in southern Italy, where Tarentum will soon fall to us, and indeed the Scipiones will soon be under attack as well, because the Julii lands to the north are very much now under control. Last time we dealt with Ariminum, and of course we pushed back the Brutii all the way to Potavium, which is now very much under siege by us. Now, we do have some other forces around, but they're mostly held up in Greece at the moment. Larissa has a big force with the chariot women. Of course, they're going to come to Rome in the end, but a bit of extra work to do in the meantime. We have a nice force over here who could go deal with this guy over here, but no, I reckon it's time to go and take Tilis over here. Now, this has a fair chance of ending up barbarian, and under which circumstance obviously we can't get troops here, so this might have to be the edge of our empire, at least for the time being. It's not really worth, as you can tell from the map, really going into barbarian territories. By and large, you can't train anything. It's kind of hard to hold on to it. Nonetheless, the UK is doing pretty nicely, or Britannia, whatever we want to call it. I'm getting a few markets and all of that. The economy is, very much having plenty of infrastructure put in place at this point, which is nice because, I had far too much even of the game without any money, so it's nice to have buckets of it ready. Now, we've got a couple of generals over here, both of them with the surgeon, which is very nice indeed. So it is a drill master, but he can be the second general, no trouble there. We're going to get these heading over to the east because part of the issue we have over here is our lack of generals, and that does slightly limit your options. We're having to fight very carefully and pick our battles. We're still doing pretty well though. Of course, Mazaka's going to fall to us next time. No sign of Armenia yet, but in time we'll find them. In time we'll come across those, and I'm sure they'll cause us some problems as well, but no need to worry about that. We might well see the end of Pontus today with Ankara and Mazaka soon to fall. We'll see about all of that. This army here, is very much on its way over to take care of Ankara, and otherwise, well, we'll just see where it all ends up because we're obviously very much trying to get to Rome. So let's start off with Tarentum. This is really what needs to go first and foremost. From there we can get some reinforcements coming in, if nothing else, just to hold and refresh the units. We've got to decide how we're going to deal with Rome because they are floating a lot of units around, and a sneak attack isn't going to work when they have that many units blocking the route, so we'll have to see what we're going to do about that. Into Tarentum we go then. What do they have? Not enough really to hold us. We have some Cretan archers. The range should be fine for us. Yeah, we'll be okay. No general, big pile of velites, no proper stone walls. We'll be alright. Let's head in. As you might imagine, there's not an awful lot they can do at this point. They're just getting slaughtered by our Cretan archers. We are, of course, at the gate now. We've got a second ram just in case, but honestly, the archers will do filthy work to them if they get anywhere near us. So a few of the war dogs probably would like them to go down, actually, chaps. So some of you focus on the war dogs. You lads, just start shooting over in that direction if you'd be so kind. That'd be lovely. Marvellous stuff. So they're going to get themselves slaughtered as they await us arriving into the city, and in the meantime we'll just get ourselves some free experience. At this point it's largely over. The velites are coming forward into our prepared hoplite. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, into our prepared hoplites. These Cretans might as well start shooting, and I guess into those Astarte over on the plaza. They're already done and dusted. Hardly surprising, is it? No, it's not. So that's them dealt with. That's lovely. I did think I had some other men coming around the corner. Indeed, there are some chaps over here. You go over to the war dogs then, seeing as they're just ambling around. Lovely stuff. Let's see if you can do a better job than the last guys you tried to take on some dogs. This time they're doing okay. Okay, they might lose that. They might well lose that once again. You know what? Let's just get all these guys over here. Come and finish them off, chaps. Come and finish them off. This Astarte's been murdered by him. I think we're just about going to win against the dogs. Yeah, victory will soon be ours. A few javelins coming in just to cause us a couple issues, but we've largely got these velites dealt with at this point. I'm just going to very, very slowly plod and finish this off. Come on, get over here. There we go. That's the guy we want to murder. And there goes the general. Archer done their job. Well, that was a bit of a strange finish to the battle. Anyway, victory for us. Apparently it's heroic. I would say it did the job. And with Tarentum gone then, we are one step closer to our eternal victory. The Kappa has gone crazily red all of a sudden. But yes, we will exterminate to make sure we have plenty of funds available. That is very nice indeed. Now, what do we have here? We have, well, of course, Macedonian, which is slightly irritating. I'm painting everyone the wrong colour in the south. In the north, we are still Greek, though. So I think we will stick with the hoplites as much as possible. A couple javelin cav wouldn't go amiss, and a bit of hoplites over in that part of the world as well. Good. So I have a bit of money to spend. Honestly, just the odd farm here or there isn't the worst thing in the world, so I might well do a little bit of that. I'll see where else I can spend my money, but on the whole it's probably largely time to end our turn. We do have a big force of Numidians taking us on over in Carthage, by the way, so we'll have to see how that one goes in time. I suspect with big pointy, I don't know about they're pointy walls, but big pointy walls will probably be fine, I hope. We'll see about that. We'll get some communal farm in this part of the world. We'll slap down a few other new bits of infrastructure here or there. Maybe a new shipwright, since we feel a bit flushed right now. Let's get another shipwright over there. Actually, let's just get the mines. Let's get the mines while we're at it. The odd thing. A couple more units. We'll end our turn. It's a new turn, and it must be said that there are a huge amount of sieges currently going on in my cities. Tarsus under siege, Nicomedia, Byzantium. Down here I've got Jerusalem, Palmyra. Oh, the list just goes on. Although actually, to be fair, Hatra is actually me putting that under siege. So that is at least something in my favour. But yes, there's an awful lot of them. There's a few others going on as well, of course. There's still Potavium going on. There's Carthage and Thapsis are under siege. Oh, it's just endless. And of course, the Gauls are gradually gathering their energies over in that part of the world. But we do need to head into Tilis, and we do need to head into Mazaka, so that's what we're going to do. Now, we've got 2 turns till Tarsus falls. Now, hopefully, we can get into Enkyra next turn. Do a spy, or a couple of spies, I think, in there. So we're going to see if we can crack open the gates. And we might just be able to get in before they manage it, which will mean Dionysus here will join me. If I can get my timing right, that would be absolutely marvellous. So we'll see about that. Anyway, some horse archers over there might be able to help out against these guys, but I think 2 units of spearmen should be fine against, what is, 2 units. We'll be fine with defending that. Let's head in. We've got to deal with this one, and there's a slightly bigger battle over in Tilis. Let's head in. As you might well expect, we are shooting in with the Cretians, but these chaps, of course, do have javelins, so they can cause us a few more problems than normal. We're just going to slowly walk towards the enemy, and hopefully that'll do something. Gosh, they're getting slightly murdered by the javelins, but the old pokey should hopefully do the job before very long. So the Cretians can indeed stop where they are. They can probably aim at the side chariots in time. They're still throwing javelins back, and seem to have slightly broken through. Interesting. We're going to kill them anytime soon. 30 set. They're all routing. Okay, that's 4 units you just routed to the general there. That is impressive. Even for Militia Hoplites, that was particularly impressive. Well done, lads. Okay, let's get some flaming arrows into the back of these guys. These guys are wavering in spite of the fact that they're hoplites against a general. Not even the hardest of generals, to be honest, is earlier. And they're gone as well. Okay, well. That was good. Unit number 7 then. Unit number 7, you should probably come and join the party. Pretty dancing. Where are my Cretians, by the way? They're well out of the way. Where have you been all this time? You're supposed to be shooting in. I was narrating them attacking. They weren't doing anything. Okay, all units, can we run, please? Run into position. Okay. Well, that went terribly. And the next couple units have arrived, and indeed they're also going to break, aren't they? We just know it. Right, yet more of them into battle. Peltas have arrived. Some of them are back into the battle. Here come the Cretians, who are laying some kind of fire on top. This guy really won't die, will he? He's taken out gosh knows how many units at this point, but it doesn't really matter too much. because we should be able to take these guys out next turn, on the whole faction that is at next turn. We are shooting mainly our own men, but there we go. He is now dead. He is a classic Pontic general, very Mithridates-like, going on living forever, but they are just about dead now. He's only killed about, what, 7 units of hoplites. God. So, of course, we are now going to send in the next round of units. The side of chariots are going to charge into... Alright, the battle's over. Good. I was about to say this is going to end very, very badly indeed, but we took out like 2 chariots and that was pretty much the end of the battle. So we'll just put this on the old rinse and repeat. And at this point, hopefully, we can finally take this goddamn city. This is supposed to be the easy battle. Oh, God, they're running amok now. That's probably fine for us. Oof, and with a sigh of relief, Mazaka has fallen to us. Step 1 complete. Exterminate the darn fiendish people. And hopefully, we won't have to deal with too much more nonsense from the Pontic chaps. Let's enter Tilis, which is supposed to be the more difficult of the battles, but it's probably going to be the easy one at this point. 4 rams, plenty of infantry. They're all rout. We've got 2 units of archers. God, please let that be enough. As ever, the flaxmen decide to turn up in their pyjamas and without any shirt on, which probably isn't the most sensible thing. Although I do think CA is missing a trick here. They should really be selling off these as pyjama bottoms, as well as obviously the pink pyjama men. All sorts of fantastic merchandise that they're missing out on. They should really get on top of that at some point soon. Hey ho, in the meantime anyway, we do have a battle to get on with. So let's go and grab my archers, move them over here, see if we can have a little pop at them. We'll send in our militia hoplites. They went really well last time. Let's get them into the battle. In come the militia cav, and I'm not particularly fond of them if I'm honest, so let's go and grab our archers. Yep, you go and deal with those chaps. These guys are going to slowly walk into the city because that's the best way to murder apparently. That's what we're going to do with the hoplites. And a bit of support from some of these units, but what have they been doing there? Have they been throwing a javelin yet? I don't know. Alas, I don't think they know what they're doing either. But the archers will hopefully be getting a couple shots in while we have the opportunity. Get yourself back in a new position. You guys are... I don't even know what they're doing, but some of these guys are going to get into battle. Let's get ourselves this side of the gate. Pokey pokey on the peltest. That should be a nice quick battle. We've got some... Oh, here come the javelin cav. Are we actually in formation at all at this point? Not really. Do you want to, like, start poking at some point? That would be really, really helpful. No, they're not going to get information because that'd be really useful of it for the militia hoplites. They're also not information. So, yeah, we should probably just... Let's just see what happens because this isn't going to end well, is it? I'm trying to send away the stupid units who aren't actually information, but sadly, we are just getting caught out by hoplites being utter morons, and we're apparently... Okay, that shot is ambitious. Probably ambitious and rubbish. Yeah, look at that! Almost entirely on our own men. Yeah, there we are. They're probably scared by the fire. They're wavering. They weren't in phalanx because I told them to get up. Brilliant! As ever, this is going so well, isn't it? Absolutely brilliantly. Archers, can you just... please just stop. As ever with this kind of situation, we're not quite in position and they are coming in. Archers, really, that's not the most sensible way of getting in position, is it? Get yourselves over here right now. Anytime would be lovely. Thank you. There's my general who, to be honest, I'm not sure what he's going to do, but he's going to do something. We've got General's bodyguard at the back there. Their militia cav are going to charge into us. We'll be absolutely fine. They are routing. There should be a 4th unit of infantry somewhere, but they're not currently here. Good old Steve the Statue is currently the one taking the brunt of defensive duties over here. Now, we've got more militia cavalry who are they probably the same. No, well, they've just got tons of units. Okay, that's fine, probably. General, just try and get yourself around here, please. Get on top of them if you are able. That would be lovely. Oh, there are the hoplites turning up late. Any time would be grand, but you know, this time is good as well. Right, so, blow the horn of destiny. We're about to lose. Can you get on top any time soon, chaps? Archers, flaming arrows, please. There we go. There's the general. And he goes flying off his horse. Magnificent stuff. General, get yourself back here. It looked like I lost more than I had, but he's doing okay, damn it. He's doing okay. So, these two chaps, get yourself back in position. That's 3 of them, but whatever. It's honestly fine. Just do something. Oh, the Thracian mercenaries have turned up, and they're in a very odd position indeed. Getting themselves killed by our own arrows at this point, which is pretty much what you'd expect them to do. I think the battle's over, to be honest. Okay, let's just send in some of the overzealous chaps to go and finish this off. Come on. And with another slightly overly bloody battle, then Tilis is ours. Another extermination. And it should be Macedonian, judging on the flank at the end there. Indeed it is, which at least means we can get some retraining done. Maybe some peltasts moving forward. Good, good, good. So, Dentapes has grabbed himself a nice new bit of territory. You might as well head into the Campus Getae just to see what's going on up in that part of the world. And indeed, not an awful lot. So, we might be tempted just to finish them off, but as a general rule, yeah, by the time you get up to there, that's normally going to become barbarian. So we don't want any of that nonsense. So where are we with the rest of our towns? Larissa is down to 2 turns. Potavium's down to 3. And over here, we're probably just going to take a turn or 2 just to gather and, well, really just collect our breath, because we need to work out what we're doing from here on in. We can largely... yeah, share out those Cretians. That's fine by me. We'll leave those lads behind. Now, what do we have here? An okay amount, but nothing too spectacular. We'll get some Samnites and the extra Hoplites. That's at least prevent them from getting them. Okay, that's not too shabby. These guys can get on the boat here, but to be honest, I might be sending them over to Salona if I need to. And we'll see how much is left in Potavium, because we need to take out Segestica as well, just to make sure we finish off the Brutii. As for Carthage, it just seems to be a distraction, really. It's not really turned out to be the staging post I quite envisaged. It's pretty much permanently under siege. Although, I do have a spy. Yes, I do have a spy on this boat over here, coming to hopefully make Syracuse rout, because because yeah, it has been rioting quite a lot recently. So I thought I'd just try and push that one over the edge. Elsewhere, yeah, we got Hactor under siege, Zeus is under siege, who cares? None of this really matters all that much, but of course we do have our forces together now to hopefully move on to Bostra next turn. But largely, it probably is time to end our turn and just see how the cookie crumbles. Potavium's going to have a big battle out in the open field, then it turns out. Amulius Brutus is going to take us on, and the reinforcements in the city, yes, they are a little bit depleted, which is ideal because I did want to weaken them before I had to face them. But, okay, this could still be problematic. Hopefully they'll retreat after we kill the general. That's hopefully how this is going to go down. He looks pretty young, 44. You can go for 44, my good sir. But you're also going to look pretty dead very soon. Let's head in. It looks like we just about have time to get our Militia Hoplites up front, because he doesn't want to charge into all of us. And with that then, yeah, charge in, get ourselves around and pin him in place. Oh, he doesn't want to face all the infantry. No, he doesn't. General, just put yourself out there. You're just some cav, actually. But either way, that's all fine and dandy. Right, we have him surrounded. We have him hopefully slaughtered. The reinforcements are nowhere to be seen. And are we going to hack him down? We really should, because we had him completely surrounded there. Keep on chasing him. Sadly, he has got away, which is not really the plan. But at the very least, we wanted to take out these guys on the field. So, charge into these equites. Just get all of our lads on top of them. There are, yeah, 2 units there. One almost entirely destroyed. And hopefully this general won't cause too much problems in the meantime. Equite very rarely last very long at all. So is that then broken? That is indeed then broken. Perfect. That's just what we want to see. And with that, we can hopefully, yeah, use these guys to get the surround then. There's still 2 generals to take out, of course. So we did need to make sure we just took out any extra cav that they might use to their advantage. Right, they're going to charge on in. Warband. Use your war cry of doom. That would be magnificent. There are also Mastati chasing us, but to be honest, I'm quite happy to lead these guys. Yeah, lead them over here. No, like, over here. Like, I just told you. Now. No. Okay, we're just going to take a massive pummeling charge. Fine. That's what we're going to do. Just brilliant. Okay. General is also routing. That's good news. Very good news indeed. Send all of these guys on top of that general. We seem to be piling on these guys. Just charge. I don't really care. This part of the battle. Oh, he's gone. Thank you very much. And yeah, I think we've got them. You charge into them. You charge over there. My cavalry's probably okay. Yeah, we're okay. I have no idea what's happening, but I think we've won the battle. That's the main thing. Those have started getting chased down by our guys over here. Have we killed both of them? Yeah, we killed both of these guys, so I take that as a win. How are we doing, by the way? There's still like these big piles of battles that we actually haven't won yet. We should try and win one of them. I'm hoping I'm not just clicking on the same unit every time here. I feel like that's probably what I'm doing. But oh well. There's a little charge into the back of them. They're now broken. That's what you want to see. What else is going on? There's a battle over there. You can battle. Things are happening, but the main thing is I think we've won. One route down, another one to go. There we are. That should be the victory there. There might still be one unit. One unit of Venetes just charging in like utter maniacs. Yeah, let's try and get as many of them as possible. These guys will chase down them. That'll be absolutely fine and dandy. Let's just make sure, yeah, these cav get every last one of them. I want to be walking into Potavium, damn it. Time to defend Jerusalem, and this one was always going to be an awkward affair. We have some remnants of the, I would say heroic, but it is more ridiculous stand we had here earlier on in the game. Now we have a big pile of Eastern infantry to defend the plaza. I think we'll be okay. Another day, another almost certainly stupid battle in the city of Jerusalem. We've already had plenty of stupidity here before, and I suspect this one will be no different, particularly as they've got phalanxes and we don't. So I'm not really looking forward to any of this. We've got all our men just lined up in the plaza. I say lined up, they're in all sorts of weird sort of zigzags and weird formations. I'm trying out new ideas here today. To be honest, the main thing is we just don't want to face them front on as much as possible. So we're going to get our archers into position. We'll wait for them to come to us. As ever, I'm fully expecting Jerusalem to be a complete cesspit of nonsense and madness, because that's pretty much what always happens here in these battles, but we'll see how it goes. Skirmishers are wandering in. You might have noticed my men are in all sorts of weird formations over here. Yeah, pretty much to make sure we get as many surrounds in as we can, particularly with the phalanx spearmen coming in at one point or another. But at least that's one unit routing. That's lovely. They have decided to smash as many holes in the walls as humanly possible, which is a little bit annoying. We've got to fix that after they're gone, but oh well. Right, let's start sending them in. That'll be lovely. Got a few more flaming arrows coming in. The more individually they come in, the better. Let's just keep on doing this. This is a good start. Probably slightly more of a test now. There's actually a big pile of units. Desert Cav, who are technically the general, are coming into battle. That's my general, by the way. I should probably move him out of the front, especially as he is an archer. Nonetheless, it probably shouldn't matter all that much, seeing as, yeah, they've just entered the corridor of death, haven't they? Indeed they have. So they've routed, which is absolutely marvellous. All my infantry should probably go onto guard so we don't go into any stupid positions. But here we are. Yeah, keep walking forward, and we're going to try and get on top of them as much as possible. Come on, get around them, cause them all sorts of issues. They might just start pushing us off, but the main thing is that hopefully they're going to be very, very trapped indeed. A couple of the skirmishes causing us some issues at this point, but oh well, we'll just have to see how that one ends up. One more route. Keep it coming, lads. With this particular entrance dealt with, yes, they are now starting to send some men through the other side of the battlefield, but I've got that one covered as well. In fact, the general's now in a perfect position to lead over here as well. Isn't that just absolutely marvellous? Get yourselves back where you should be, lads. Thank you very, very much indeed. So with that, yeah, they're even running from this part of the battlefield as well. There's a cav coming back in. These are probably all guys who have fled, actually. Just fled in weird directions. I kind of like this weird formation where I'm facing all sorts of directions. Just basically pleading for them to come to the centre and die a simple death. Yeah, I think we've largely done the job here. We might just need to send a couple cav forward to deal with people like skirmishers like that. Yeah, deal with those guys, mop them up. I think we're on to the final assault then, and this time it is coming from this direction. The cav are going to come in for one more go. It's not going to work very well, but the rest of the infantry have turned up at largely the same time, which might work in their favour, but it probably won't because they're pretty much all running immediately, aren't they? Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Right, just get into them now. Just charge, 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 charge. We're going to chase them out of the city. And by out of the city, I mean to their death, because to be honest, they're not going to get very far at all. Horse archers, horse archers, horse archers, horse archers. There actually isn't a way through. I wasn't sure if it was. I suspect I can force them to go through this gap. No, no I can't. It actually won't let me do it. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? So, a few skirmishers are getting themselves in a bit of bother, but honestly, I don't think it's going to end very well for them, is it at all? No! And Petra is sadly under attack. It was always likely to happen eventually, wasn't it? But I didn't actually see the army sneak around the side there. I built some roads and immediately it's under attack. Do we not have any walls? Or they have holes in them? Oh no, it looked like they're about to head in. But alas, they are not. So, Pontus, where are we now? Can't even tell. I'm pretty certain, though, this is over at Tarsus, isn't it? I think we'll be okay. Let's hold them off here. And this is where clearly this particular assault is not going to end very well, because Eastern Infantry against all of our hoplites. No, that's not going to end well for that. Although, allies do need to make sure they actually get themselves in position and stay on guard mode. The general could cause a little problem or two, but at this point, no, I think we're absolutely fine. Is he going to start fleeing? He's probably going to start fleeing very soon, because this is not a battle that he's ever going to win. In he comes, and he's coming through the double-piked entrance because he's a mad dog like that. Indeed, that does make sense. But at this point, yeah, we'll just start sending these guys as well. The javelins might start throwing in. That'll be absolutely magnificent. You guys turn around and deal with them. You chase after them. That should pretty much be this guy dealt with. You would think anyway, wouldn't you? But he's still got 25 strong. We're actually starting to break, which is incredibly stupid. But apparently that's what's about to happen. East Infantry, you probably want to come here and actually finish this off, because he's walked straight through the hoplite V-trap and murdered a unit of militia cav as well. How has this happened? Why are hoplites so bad? And officially we do finally have victory, I think largely to do with the cavalry throwing in all their missiles. In a way, it would be the worst thing to let this guy live, actually, because we can always, yeah, let him live. Let him live, my good sirs, because we might well get him to join our faction very soon if we take his final city. That could work for us very nicely indeed. We'll see you soon! Time to head into Ankara then, which, if we're lucky, the spy will have... No, the spy hasn't opened the gates. Bit of a shame. But we'll still be able to take out the Pontics next turn. They can't crack into either of these two settlements in time, I don't think. Pergamum and Sardis will take a couple turns, unless, of course, they open up the gates. This is just a general. He can't get in there. And Sinope, well, we have a couple militia hoplites, so we should be able to hold the gates if they come in there. And to be honest, we could just go and send some of our cav over there to assist. So I'm just going to send those to the edge of the battlefield just to see if they can help out if it comes down to it. So yeah, you lads can go and join in all of that fun. So yeah, Ankara, all for next time. That will be the Pontics gone, which will be lovely. All these random armies floating around, and the generals, of course, will join us, which would be absolutely marvellous. Now, yes, what else is going on in this part of the world? Oh yes, a Larissa, of course. Now, I sent this guy out because what I really need to do is grab myself... Oh yeah, I spent all my money. Okay, we'll ignore that for now. We're going to head up north. Do we still get the same guys up here? We do indeed. So you're going to head over to Thessalonica. We're going to have a little bit of an eye on that. They're spying on us. That's fine. Plenty of troops in the town here. I'm just going to get one more hoplite for the time being. Actually, do we need more hoplites? Because we're about to get all of those yeah, we'll get some skirmishes because we're about to get all of those mercs next term. So that'll be grand. We then got a little bit of a force to head over in that direction. We could potentially take up Thrace as well. You know, they only have, I assume, only one settlement left. Let's go and head into Poralysium. That indeed is Dacian, as you might expect. That's good to see. That's good to know indeed. So let's just head up north. We can't see anything else right now, but it will give us a bit of vision in that part of the world. The Greeks obviously down to one city. Oh yes, we have our spy over here. I've just landed him into the city. So yeah, Syracuse, by the way, what are we on here? They're on 60%. That's not very good now, is it? So yeah, that's not going to end well for them if anything goes my way, because 3 spies in here. It's rebellion, it's their only city. We might well take out the Greeks too. That would be absolutely marvellous. Don't have an awful lot of troops, so I could just actually send an army over here and take them out, actually. It's just a governor, though, so presumably their generals all floating around like this guy over here. Yes, Cleomenes of Sparta is just wandering around. Don't think he'll be able to take Salona, though, because I've got my reinforcements here if I need them. Indeed, I might well be, so you know, I'm going to get them into the city. That'll be grand. Thank you very much. And now they definitely aren't going to be cracking into this town anytime soon. A little bit small, sadly. Can't do much to defend it. Fine. Time to head into Potavium then. We just need to finish this one off. The general should be outside the gates waiting for us. Indeed, Mulius Brutus. I thought we killed this guy. I'm sure we killed 2 generals in that last battle. Maybe they've just pulled a new one out of somewhere. I don't know. Either way, we've got to take out 2 generals here. Otherwise, they're pretty much all entirely slaughtered from the previous battle. Let's hit in. Into battle we go then, and immediately their general is appearing at the side of the battlefield. Obviously, we want to make sure he doesn't get into the city and fights forever like some sort of cornered dog. So we're going to corner him on the edge of the map instead, which would be absolutely marvellous. We'll just get all the cavalry in the world into this guy. We're going to pull out over there, and we're going to swing into the flank. That'll be marvellous. Little ram going to smash down the gate. Hopefully we'll get this guy taken out. And yeah, I think we'll be absolutely fine. He is fleeing. He's down to 3. He's got away again, which is a little bit annoying. But we should, at this point, be able to get ourselves in the way. Why are we not chasing him, by the way? He is still right there. I mean, I have told you to kill him. Weird camera work going on there. Okay, we should intercept him now. Come on top of him. There we go. Some filthy, filthy warband will hopefully get the kill. He's still alive. Hopefully a filthy, filthy peasant will get the kill. Come on, hack him down. Can't be that hard to kill, honestly. Right, next guy. Kill him. Next guy. Throw in javelins. Come on, someone's got to kill this dude. How is he still alive? This is absolutely ludicrous. There he goes. Toppled over by one of our peltasts. Oh dear, he was a countryman apparently, but he's dead now. That's the main thing, and the rest should hopefully go down fairly easily. Oh, the general's charging in. I wasn't really ready for him to throw himself in a suicide charge, but apparently that's what he wants to do. Time to throw in a couple javelins if we can manage it. You get your little war cry on. That'll be absolutely grand. Run yourselves around the flank. And yeah, we'll just finish these guys off. It shouldn't take too much work. Our generals are getting themselves around this side as well. So that should be the trap fully closed. Lovely stuff. Charge yourselves in there. And that should be essentially the battle, because the rest is entirely useless. There we are. One of the cav managed to finish him off. Lovely stuff. So, Mr. Cavalry, get yourself over there along with those chaps. That'll be lovely. And then we'll just get the javelins to finish these chaps off, because honestly, they're going to be terribly useless at this point in the battle. There's not many of them left, and yeah, what's left is going to rout almost immediately. At last, Potavium is ours then, and Segestica is all that lies in the way from us defeating the Brutii once and for all. So at this point, do we want to exterminate? We probably don't need to be honest. A bit of enslavement, why not? Let's just do that. Take these chains. Apparently I haven't done any enslaving yet. Interesting. Right, so let's start heading ever onwards. Whilst... oh, look, a big victory there for us. Yeah, whilst, of course, we are going to be attacked by the ghouls, I'm not honestly that bothered if we lose this in the short term. Let's just merge what we've got as much as possible. There we go. And at this point, let's just grab all of it, apart from that unit of peasants, and we'll just start marching off in this direction. Are there any mercs? There are indeed. It's pretty worth getting those guys. And any more mercs? There are now some Illyrians, actually, who would be pretty useful if I had the money. Probably should have been busy exterminating, shouldn't I? Although, to be honest, there are some towns where I've actually queued up several buildings, so yeah, I might as well just get rid of one or two of those. We'll get the shipwright first, actually. So we'll just take a couple of those off. Not really worried about the rest of those barbarian mercs, but we'll take these Illyrians. We're headed to Gestica next time, and that will hopefully be the end of the Romans. I've got a couple merchants around, but nothing more than that. Okay, we can guard against that. They will go down very, very soon indeed. More importantly, in the south, I do actually have the Scipione to take on. Now, I'm intrigued to see if the Senate are going to do anything when I turn up to these guys. They probably won't, though, because they haven't attacked me so far. 2 generals, very nice. A couple of equites, some Principe. Oh, yes, of course. I have noticed they've got a few more slightly higher tier units, so best get on top of the Romans before they get much better than that. Let's take these lads out. As we slowly wangle our way around this hill, then I reckon we're in a pretty solid position to take on the Scipione here. It's a very good army, actually, and I must say I like the Samnites much more on the remake than I do on the original, actually. Don't know why my general's over out here. Can you get yourself back into position? That would be lovely. Okay, we've actually wandered him into a Samnite trap by accident, which I guess works out well for us. You can turn around, please, any time and make sure you kill him. That'll be absolutely perfect. Good. General, get yourself back over here, because honestly you don't need to get yourself killed. Lovely stuff. That should be one of the generals down. Yeah, he's got himself fairly well beaten up. Bit of an annoying charge on the back of some of our hoplites, but actually he hasn't done that much damage, all things considered, so that's a good start for us. Won't bother chasing him down. I don't really have enough firepower to do that. Quite why we got so bunched up in this corner, I'm not sure. It's supposed to be keeping the same formation, lads. Yes, plenty of room at the back for all of our cav. Right, get ourselves shuffling forwards. That will be ideal. General's back into the battle. That's fine by me. Our Cretians now are well in the range of this front unit, which I guess is the Principe. Indeed it is. Let's get those guys shot down then. Cretians, get shooting. This might well be our first battle with the Scipione, actually. I'm not sure if it is. It might well be. We're still shooting them down, by the way. The Cretians getting in some lovely shots. We've just about swung as close as we can to this hill at this point. We could climb top, but I don't think we really need to. That is... Yep, thank you for the message there, but enemy general has fallen. They're going to reshuffle, and apparently they're not really going to bother engaging with more than one unit throwing itself to its death at a time. So I would just let the Cretians, gain some experience. Down goes the general. A beautiful blue slavers over the battlefield. I don't know what word I went for there, but there we are. Apparently we're going with slavers. And that is it. The Equites are running away. I can't do much to catch them. I can't be bothered. But a great victory. Plenty of men left to go and take Capua. Flavius Scipio has fallen. As it happens, those cavalry are not going to come back. They have scattered to the wind, and the road to Capua definitely looks fairly empty at this point. We have got ourselves some Principe in there to deal with. I'm sure I had a spy who's supposed to be actually looking at this city, but apparently not. So we need to train one up. We'll grab ourselves a spy in one of these towns. Croton over here can get itself a couple spies. Lovely. Tarentum, get yourself a little bit of infantry. And Cav, that will be marvellous. Okay, at this point, I think it's time to have a little scan around it. By the way, in case you're wondering what's happening up north, basically all of the Gallic armies in the world are descending upon us. So this probably won't end very well for us, but we'll have a little spy in Lemon Town in the meanwhile. What we could do, I guess, is send them round, but it's probably not worth it. We'll focus on the Mediterranean. It's definitely the better field of combat. So how is Carthage in 5 turns? Really, really, really would like them to come deal with me, but I'm not sure I fancy my chances sallying out. I say that is a lot of peltasts. Probably should have just charged out earlier. We're about to do some damage if we send the cav, but I'm not sure do we even have enough to take out the general. We might actually. I'll have a think about that, but I'll have a little look around the map, see what there is to do, and perhaps end my turn. With the gateway taken, naturally we're on to the classic tactic of shooting them down, waiting for them to run into the spear trap, and hopefully they won't take out 7 units on this occasion. Although, as we've generally found on this, Eastern Infantry almost actually tend to be better than the Militia Hoplites on this, which is truly an impressive feat. Nonetheless, we should probably get retreating pretty swiftly at this point, lads. Get out of there. Now, our archers obviously are terribly short range because we are not Cretians anymore, but we should hopefully be able to pull them in. Are they going to continue following after we've stopped shooting them? No, they're not. We're going to do a little bit more teasing, annoyingly. Let's keep shooting them down. Finally, we seem to be pulling them in, are we? Not quite in range. All right, the archers are just about to have themselves in range, which is marvellous. Okay, all my infantry, apart from you, and who's the one around the corner? You. You two don't charge. Everyone else, charge! And you get yourselves into the back here, please. Cut across as much as possible. Yeah, no, that's not really cutting across like I've asked you to. That's what I want over here. There we go. There we go. And just crushed them. Pajamas everywhere. And there we are. The enemy king is dead. And not an awful lot left. There's another general. Let's rinse and repeat, lads. Rinse and repeat. Strangely, skirmishing is actually vaguely working, which is lovely. And we pull these guys in, which is marvellous. We ignore the pathfinding here because God knows what it's trying to do. And all the infantry in the world can now charge in. Absolutely marvellous. These guys obviously need to get themselves around the side as quickly as possible. Like, really quickly as possible, actually. And missiles, shoot them down, please, as soon as you get a moment. At this point, honestly, I'm quite happy just to send everyone flying in. Are we going to get a volley in? Sadly not. And one of our men went absolutely flying. This guy's fighting the house over here, which probably shows the intelligence levels of these particular units. But fair play to this lad. He's probably given it a go against these chaps and has killed about 40, 50 or so. Well done. Not too shabby, but it's time for the peasants to go down. And to be honest, I'm not even going to let the archers do the job. I'm going to entirely leave this down to the instant infantry. So let's watch them miserably fail, and hopefully we won't lose too many. So what is the counts? 1,201 at the start, and we've lost almost 100 to these peasants. Wow, 1,101. We've lost over 100. 150 odd have lost to these peasants. We've lost about 200 to these peasants. Staggering, lads. About 250 at this point. Are we... We're routing. We're routing from the peasants. Wow, this has been a day of immensely terrible infantry, hasn't it? I mean, repeatedly, our infantry has completely failed us. I know there was no tactics involved there. But seriously, lads, that was embarrassing. Well done. This will, if I could rename the cities, I think actually there's the preference file available on the remaster. I would change it around and I would rename the city Peasants Work. But sadly, we will not be able to do that. Alas. Come on, East Infantry. Do us proud. Gosh, the infantry is terrible. Almost all of those 300 were inflicted by their peasants at the end. 266. Well done, you damn heroes. And with that somewhat ridiculous ending, it is time to let's just occupy at this point, because it is Parthian. I would very much like to take over a Parthian town as much as possible, or have Parthian towns, because it will get me my lovely horse archers, which means I can finally retrain my chaps over there, which is just lovely. So we'll just have a little bit of merging for these absolute abject failures of units, frankly. We'll take off the 120. Oh no, they're all at 120 at this point. That's fine. We'll get rid of the camels because I can't actually retrain those properly anyway. Actually, I can, because I forget we can retrain those kind of things on this game, can't we? But oh well. We'll take the peasants back into Hatra. It's lovely. It's their town now, and oh, we've got such a big force we can't do anything about them. Okay, so I tell you what, we'll grab all of the horse archers in the world. We'll send them off to join this chap, and we'll go and chase off these guys. Apparently they want to do battle. That sounds somewhat ridiculous. I don't think we need to worry about showing that one, but we do need to get on with it at some point. Let's have a little look to end our turn. We'll see what comes along, and we're pretty much ready to set it up for next time now. And Larissa falls to us. No one standing in our way here. Plenty of men to burn, so we'll burn them down. Why not? Oh my days! My lovely, lovely skirmishers in Egypt are finally being attacked. How marvellous. It's just a general. You know what? A lucky throw we could do it, but I won't worry about that because it definitely wouldn't have actually worked. Okay, the Seleucids are besieging a couple towns, which is somewhat problematic, but we should be able to finish them off next time. Several more assaults coming from Pontus, who are desperately trying to counterattack my besieging of all of their settlements. Yeah, in they come for Pergamum too, but I think they'll find they are just a little bit too late to the party. And to finish this off today, then, it looks like the defence of Carthage is where we will be. As we saw from our little spy before, yes, mostly javelin men, so they shouldn't have too much power to take the city, but we'll see. You know what the game's like with infantry today. We'll probably lose to huge piles of javelin men, and despite being on big stone walls, but we'll see how it goes. Let's hit him. Into the walls then, and they are looking rather beautiful on the remaster. Obviously one of the more significant aesthetic changes, but I do rather like it. We've got our lads over here. They're about to get engaged in battle. Ram has weirdly made it to the wall, which is a little bit strange. This town is still going around. I have no idea where he's headed. Yeah, they're doing some very odd things, and the flaming arrows will hopefully take care of it in time, but you never know, eh? You never know. Right, over here we should be fine because it's mostly javelin men take us on at the wall, even if it is only town watch. At the gate we've got ourselves the phalanxes, which is marvellous. A few javelin men just to help out with all of that nonsense. These guys hopefully done some beautiful work at the front gate here. And at this point, where are we? We're just shadowing these guys around the walls. It's quite amusing, really. Same over here. There's a similar kind of situation. It'll be a while till that actually makes it anywhere, so best that I deal with these guys first. You know what, you guys come around there as well, that'd be absolutely fine. I hear people screaming, probably to do with the oil, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, that's probably it. That'll be it. So yeah, we've got our javelin men at the front here. They can do plenty of damage when it comes to it. They're not currently on throw, although they do look pretty ready for it. What have we got here? Are we routing? Yeah, but they're also routing. That's just excellent, isn't it? Just brilliant. So, you guys, you get yourselves over here and finish them off. That looks like that siege tower is actually in position at last. So, how we got all the way around, I have no idea. This ram's still going. Oh, I sent away and kind of fighting right now. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, it's all fine. You guys come and finish them off, although the towers might well do that job anyway. How's the rest of this going? That tower's burnt down. This part of the battlefield's looking okay. This is a bit chaotic. It certainly feels a bit chaotic, but I suppose it is a siege. Sieges probably would be fairly chaotic, I suppose. Right, what have we got? We've got some of their troops over there that we need to go and deal with, which is a bit irritating. Can we throw down into those Numidian javelin men? That will be ideal. Looks like we're doing pretty well on this side of the battlefield, so I'm actually going to send these guys down and they can swing across the other side should they be needed. We're doing okay over here. We still have the 82 men at this tower, but I just want to shuffle people around just in case. They don't seem very willing to come through the front gate, do they? I don't blame them. And Numidian Cav are naturally going to try and do a bit of skirmishing to throw some javelins in while the long shields hit them in the rear. Not a lot of chance of that, but we do have the towers to help us out. Hopefully sheer numbers will win us the battle here against the general. Facing this out on the front. If my the audio went a bit strange there, I'm really ducking close into the screen and close into the microphone as well at this point. We have galloped out to deal with this guy. He's down to 19. And by down, I mean he's barely lost anything at all. But we'll just have to keep on fighting over there. How are we doing? They've got a few men up here now. They're fighting to the death. That's fine by me. We actually have lost out on this wall over here, which is unfortunate. So get yourselves up there and we'll clear them out. If we have any spare units, yeah, we might well start to send those around to this side just to make sure nothing untoward happens at the end. There goes the general. Marvellous stuff. At this point, these lads have gone all the way around to this far gate here to take us on. All the infantry in the world is now trying to take on their desert infantry up on that wall. Desert infantry obviously are a pretty solid unit. I really rather like them, although I know a lot of people aren't especially fond. I certainly think at this stage of the game they are very strong indeed. So down to 72, we'll just gallop around them for the time being. You're supposed to be galloping around them because they're spear infantry, lads. Not really what you're supposed to be taking on. Nonetheless, these guys might as well throw their javelins and get a few arrow shots into them. By arrows, I mean a few arrows from the tower and a few of these javelins in the meantime. But we'll see. This unit might be a little bit more awkward to take down, but on the whole, we should be absolutely fine now. Last unit of desert infantry really need to be taken out, and my general's routing just at the moment we defeat them. Ah, hilarious. Okay, and now send the cav to go deal with those chaps. I think we must have won on this wall by now. Yeah, they're routing. And the defence of Carthage is a success. And with that, hopefully, we have the money now to retrain and gather the forces and maybe go and launch a little attack on the Scipione not too far away. Just to leave enough to defend the city here. It's a new day, and amazingly, we have a massive rebel army pop outside of Sergestica. Isn't that very convenient indeed? So, these chaps can put it under siege. That would be marvellous, and they might be thinking they have a good chance of beating them, but not when the main force turns up, albeit apparently we don't quite have room to fit the whole army in. I tell you what, you 14, you 18, you can have yourselves a bit of a break. Let's get all our lads join in together, and with that, we have a grand old force to take on the last Brutii town. Oh, that's looking marvellous. Likewise, Capoe, of course, is under siege. Not entirely sure what's in here, but we can see some Hastati and Principe. Might not be the simplest thing in the world. I didn't mean to cancel the siege. I meant to continue the siege. There we go. So, ignoring the fact I'm pressing all the wrong buttons, that's probably a sign that it's time to end here today. Araminum and Arretium looking very solid indeed. More and more troops being pumped out of there. Suggesta, whatever, it'll just hold on. It's just keeping the Gauls at bay whilst we wait to take on all of Italy. But I think next time we will very much be on that major assault. I think we're going to finish taking the rest of the Scipione territory over here in Italy, and with that, would be in a very good place to start thinking about the final manoeuvres. More importantly than that, is the fact that I think next time we're going to be able to take out, well, at least 2 or 3 factions, but potentially it could be 5 or even 6. We've got the Seleucids over here down to their final city under siege. We can take care of that right now. We had the Pontics under siege. Lies, they haven't headed in either. We can take them over in the next turn, which is absolutely marvellous. We have got Thrace maybe in a couple turns. We've got the Macedonians perhaps in a couple turns. We could take them out. The Greeks just have the rioting Syracuse over here. Oh, there's probably someone else I forgot at this point, but there are plenty of peoples that we can finish off very, very soon indeed. But for now, I will leave you. I am Thomas, this is Nurse to Hearing, and this has been our Remastered Rebels campaign. We are very, very close now. Thank you, and goodbye. Flaming horses! It's a flaming horse! No one would stand in the way of the Reich! No! My archers. Sorry, look at this guy. I don't want to die. But of course you shall, my friend. Oh, yes.